Hello, Facebook land. This is Elphie for another Idea Sex Live. So tonight, at this very late hour, I'm going to do just read out a beautiful rendition by a good friend, Janelle, about, it's called On True Love. And then what I'll do is I'll basically just riff on that a bit. I'll pause it a couple of times and just give my thoughts and impressions. I've only read this once, actually, but I was feeling really, really led to do this today. So I thought I'd just give it a crack rather than what I had planned for tonight. So here we go, just reading it from the top. On true love for yourself. As much as it can be scary to let others see you, to bring it even closer to home, it can be even more terrifying to see yourself. To peer deeply into your own crevices where, under a safety net of excuses and ignorance to our deeper selves, we can continue to tread the surface of our waters rather than diving in. Pause. So, yeah, this whole idea of like facing the self is something that's quite new to me, frankly, because I've spent a lot of, not much time, single, and just really getting faced with that lately has been quite cool, actually. I expected it to be kind of like scary for me, but when I got to see it, when I really got to see it, I got to actually love that. I got to actually be with that and be okay with that, and strangely just appreciate it. I kind of expected myself to self-hate on it, but yeah, we definitely live a life of ignorance and excuses from our deeper selves. So just comment down below if you have anything to say around the concept of actually deep diving into the self and what that's been like for you. So as I've really looked into that self, I've learned to be okay with certain aspects of myself that I've always hidden or tried to play down, or tried to cover over with appropriateness, but just really owning that has been a beautiful process for me. So obviously Janelle, it has been for her too. So to continue on, because to dive in means to open and allow those disowned parts of ourselves to surface, and that's painful. But the irony is that it's even more painful to not meet ourselves in all our flawed beauty, darkness, F-ups, shame, the whole real deal. Because actually, that's how love is let in. That's how we open, expand, develop compassion, and relate. Pause. So, yeah, I think a big stop for me has been in compassion, has been to be able to sit there and be with those things and not just have these ridiculously high standards for others and myself, and a lot of kind of make wrong when not meeting those expectations. It's interesting to see that there is some shame definitely in me around about what I've been, who I've done, what I've done, and just getting to be with that has just been profound. So what else can I say around that? She's just saying it so beautifully here. This whole option of meeting ourselves. So one thing I can suggest is doing a being with exercise with yourself. So there's a process of transfiguration which I teach in sensualfreedom.info, my startup around intimacy. And that's around sitting across from somebody and just like being with them, looking into their eyes, focusing on the breath, and just being with that person in front of us, that reflection of the self. But what can be even more powerful in many cases is to just sit there and be with the self that is you. So to actually take the time, sit in front of a mirror, look deep into your own eyes and see the beauty and the vulnerability and the pain and the holiness that is you. And to sit with that for a good 10 minutes. Actually set a timer, 10 minutes, just staring into your own eyes. If you find your mind starting to wander, focusing on your breath, and just feeling what comes up, what genuinely comes up in that moment. And that exercise alone could do far more than 10 personal development books or 3 personal development courses. If we can really get to be with ourselves and actually really peer into the depths of who we are, beyond our conditioning that we've made for ourselves, beyond the automatic programming that we know is ourselves on a daily basis. So to continue on, That's how we welcome everything home within ourselves and claim back our power. That's how we realize the stories, while controlling if unrealized, are small, and that our hearts are effing huge. So, all those dark, disowned crevices, I think it's worth it to look in and to allow love in there too. Not just the parts of yourself you find attractive or easier to love. Because you are worthy to be fully loved. And you need to do that for yourself first. My heartfelt opinion is what she says. And I would certainly say that it is also my heartfelt opinion as well. I completely agree with every word that she's written there. So beautiful. Thank you, Janelle, for that. And thank you guys for coming on board and joining us. And yeah, looking forward to another episode tomorrow at some point. If you guys have any ideas for when I should be doing it, I'm kind of playing with times and looking at when I could do things. Thanks for the likes that are coming through there, by the way. And yeah, feel free to comment, by the way, and connect with me on Facebook. Feel free to put me down on your notifications so you get to know when I'm on next. And feel free to obviously friend me as well. There's a bunch of people coming on board that aren't friends with me already. I'd love to connect with you, hear your story, get your suggestions for another Idea Sex Live. I'm very open to that. Welcome on board, Victoria Lee. I'm looking at the time, and have you got a question, Vicky, that you would like around the whole concept of true love for yourself? I would like to know that. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds because I know it's about 30 seconds behind, and just let it run out a little bit. So to vlog a little bit, I've been out tonight to a beautiful jazz rendition by the lovely Ola. So I enjoyed that. That was amazing. I could only make half the set because I had to then go to another gig, which was fun, a comedy session with an old friend that I booked a little while back. And yeah, really enjoyed that as well. Just a good time out in the town, something I need to do more. And I'm just getting ready for bed now, but I gave my word to doing another Idea Sex Live. So, Vicky, if you haven't got anything... Well, wait a minute. We've got one from Phil Miraz. Welcome to the Idea Sex Live, mate. This is all your subjective opinion. There is no scientific theory or study to support your hyperbolic, self-sanctified BS. Wow, this is the joys of being on live Facebook and talking to everybody that's out there. Well, absolutely. I would agree that it's subjective opinion. Of course it is. As everything is before it's backed by science. I don't know. There's no scientific theory or study. It's a very, very empirical and objective way of looking at things. And whilst I do love being empirical and objective, I don't know. There's not much mystery or magic in what you're saying there. So, you know, I hope you have a very happy existence being that way. But I don't know. It's not even worth suggesting anything to you there because you're talking about hyperbolic stuff and what have you. So, I don't think you're going to listen. But I'll just say that, you know, despite you throwing that out there, I still love you as a human being, and I hope you find happiness. And it's exciting to do that. I'm going to click like on that and take a nice little screenshot. So, oh, hang on, Vicky Lee. Why are you watching here then, Phil? Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate that. I don't know, maybe he's just looking for something to troll on a Friday night. Who knows? But this is one of the first haters I've had. So hater number 1, I think. You might be 1.5. I think I had another hater before. But thanks for your opinion, and thank you for your support, Vicky. I might wrap it up there unless you've got anything else to say, Vicky, or if you want to counter Phil. I don't know. I don't want to have an argument with you, but you know, I just hope you're happy. So thanks for your comments anyway. And what else? That's about it. Love all your faces, and take care, and I will see you all later on. Mwah!